A thrilling game in the Mile High as the Nuggets take on the Suns for the last time of the season. What happened? Let's dive in. You're watching CS 105.1, where I talk about sports with good vibes. Let's get it. How's it going, everyone, and welcome. I'm CS Chandler, here for another take of Nuggets basketball. So the Nuggets, again, took on the Suns tonight for the third and final time of this season, of the regular season, that is. And the regular lineup for the Nuggets was Jokić, Murray, MPJ, CB, and Aaron Gordon was back tonight. And man, we really needed him. Nuggets were in their 24-25 City Edition jerseys, while the Suns were in their black jerseys. And the Nuggets got a win. Let's go, Nuggets. An OT win, but a win nonetheless, and a very well-earned fought win. So final score was 149-141. Let's go, Nuggets. So what happened in the game? Let's dive in. All right, so first quarter, the Suns controlled the tip, but turned it over with a Richards travel, leading a quick Jokić bucket followed by a three. MPJ then knocked down a long two to give the Nuggets a 3-point lead early on, but Richards answered back with a floater before AG responded with a three of his own to put the Nuggets back up by two. Jamal came up with a steal and a dunk, then AG caught fire from deep, hitting three straight threes. Let me say that again, three straight threes. The Nuggets were on fire from beyond the arc tonight. It was exactly the kind of game that you want to see consistently. If they could do it, it would be really nice, because I definitely think that would show and scare the rest of the league more often. And especially a lot of the media members that don't believe in the Nuggets. But then after that, Jamal got a steal and a slam, extended the lead to 11, forcing the Suns to take the first time out of the game. And then Phoenix tried to capitalize on a few Nuggets turnovers to cut the gap, but the Nuggets held on to win the first 37-28. Then the second quarter started again with those infamous non-Jokić minutes, but it didn't hold them back as CB got things going, drilling yet another three for the first points of the quarter. Booker answered with a three of his own off of a Jamal miss, and then the Suns took advantage of those non-Jokić minutes, as normally most teams do, to cut the lead down to 5. P-Watt finally stopped the run with a three to push the lead back to 8, and then hit another after that to get the Nuggets first to 50. MPJ followed up with a steal, hitting Jamal at the baseline for a dunk to extend the lead to 12. Jokić then checked in, and immediately Aaron Gordon threw down a dunk to make it a 14-point lead. Jokić then got fouled and is the first Nugget to get to the free throw line by this point. Like, we were like midway, if not late into the second, and the Nuggets hadn't even hit a free throw at all. Finally, the Jokić gets to the free throw line, knocks down one of two. Then Jamal grabbed yet another steal, kicking it to Brody for a three that stretched the Nuggets' lead to 16. The Nuggets won the second 31-28 and stayed on top 68-56 into the half. Third quarter started, and the Nuggets opened the third with a missed three from MPJ before Richards threw down a dunk for the first points of the quarter. And then AG quickly responded with another three, giving him 20 points and pushing the lead back to 12. I'm telling you, we were hot from three. It was amazing to see. It was so fun to watch when you're not the one suffering from constant threes and lack of contesting. While Jokić then notched up yet another triple-double, and a massive triple-double at that. Jokić then came up with a steal and found MPJ for a dunk to extend the Nuggets' lead to 21. This is the highest the Nuggets' lead would be, is 21. But as we know from previous games, what do Nuggets do with 20-point leads? They are definitely allergic to them. Devin Booker led a Suns run to trim the gap down to 13, forcing Malone to call a timeout. Out of the timeout, though, Murray grabbed a rebound and weaved through multiple defenders for a circus shot. This was an amazing shot. It better be on the NBA highlight reel tonight. It was amazing to see him get that bucket in. He then missed a three, but hustled for the rebound, kicking it to AG, who drilled yet another three. A floater from Jokić made the Nuggets first to 100, but KD helped the Suns out go on a late run to cut the lead back to 11. The Suns took the third 35-34, just by one. Fourth quarter started, and this is where things really started to heat up for the Suns and cool off a little bit for the Nuggets, but we'll get into it. So the Nuggets opened the fourth without Jokić, like they normally do, as P-Watt fouls Plumlee, and who goes to the line and hits the first free throws of the quarter to get also the first points of the quarter. He hits both of them. Zeke then misses a three, but Brody is there to clean it up and get the Nuggets back on the board for this quarter. P-Watt then beat the shot clock with a three to push the lead back to 11. And then Jokić actually checks in rather early, I would say, compared to what he normally checks in. He checked in at the 9-minute mark tonight as Beal was at the line to sink in one of two. Luckily, the major key players of the Suns were not that great at the free throw line, mainly Grayson Allen and Bradley Beal. They both were not their best at the free throw line. Of course, Booker was great and KD was great, as they normally are at the free throw line, but we got a little bit of luck there with those other two missing out. So then CB then fouled Booker. Speaking of, CB then fouls Booker at the arc, sinking. He actually sinks the bucket, so he gets the 3 points plus the foul. He sinks that, obviously. Gets a 4-point play to cut the lead down. I think he cut it down to 3. MPJ then finally responded with a much-needed 3 to bring the lead back to 6. Malone successfully challenges then an offensive foul on Jokić, giving the Nuggets possession, again, side out of bounds, and on the drive-in to the basket, Jokić gets fouled, which then the Suns immediately challenge. Luckily, they were unsuccessful. So Jokić actually then goes to the foul line again to sink some buckets. Allen then went to the line, sinking both free throws to cut the lead down to just 2. And then off of a Jokić turnover, Booker then scored to tie it up. With just a second left, CB drills a very clutch 3. I'm sure, we all love when we see CB on the transition, dunking it on some, big player or whatever. Those are amazing plays, but this has to be one of the top best plays from CB in recent memory. I loved that he dunked on Lopez. I love that he dunks on Gobert, but hitting this clutch 3 was exactly what we needed from him. Just to see him light up from 3 was amazing. So that put the Nuggets back on top, and we're kind of thinking, okay, yeah, it's 1 second left. The Suns aren't going to be able to get anything off, surely. No, we're wrong, because immediately Booker kicks it over to KD, who answers with a 3 at the very last second to send the game into overtime. And the Suns actually won the fourth, 34-23. Come on. So then overtime starts, and the Nuggets controlled the tip at this time, and Jokić immediately got to work with a floater for the first points of the quarter. CB then stayed hot, drilling another 3 as the Nuggets opened up in OT with 7 straight points. Jokić then came up with a clutch steal with KD and was fouled, which was then ruled as a take foul, sending him to the line. He sinks the bucket, and while they still have the possession, Murray then follows up with a strong layup to push the lead up to 10. Then in the process, Jokić made history as the first player to record a 30-20-20 stat line. 30 points, 20 rebounds, 20 assists. Freaking phenomenal. The Nuggets dominated overtime 24-16 and secured the win with the final score once again 149-141. Let's go Nuggets. We're going to get into all the stats after this. As a cinematographer, photographer, and now a podcaster, I do believe lighting is everything. And if you're serious about creating dynamic content, you need to check out Nanlite. They're all about precision and control. Whether it's soft, natural lighting or vibrant colors, Nanlite gives you full flexibility to set the mood for any scene. From compact LEDs to powerful softboxes, Nanlite has light solutions that fit every setup. It's ideal for photographers, like myself, videographers, like myself, and creators who want to pro-grade quality right out on their fingertips. With Nanlite, you're lighting like a pro every time. And we're back. All right, so stats here. We have Michael Porter Jr., who played 39 minutes tonight. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. A much better defensive night from Michael Porter Jr. tonight. He also showed up a little bit more in pointage-wise. He wasn't able to hit the threes that he's normally able to, so he kept on doing more stuff in the paint, which was just still nice to see him do, and to actually be active more in like stealing and blocking was great, especially with his size. Use that. We want to see that you use that more often. He had 7 for 13 from field, 1 for 5 from 3, 1 for 2 from free throws, 0 turnovers, but he had 6 personal fouls, so he fouled out at the last seconds there, bringing Brody in. And Brody is still a great option to bring in the clutch. So he was a plus 15. Aaron Gordon played 38 minutes tonight, 27 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 9 for 15 from field, 7 for 10 from 3. 2 for 2 from free throws, 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls, was a plus 13. Nikola Jokić had played the most amount of minutes tonight with 44 minutes. Again, he actually made 31 points, 21 rebounds, and 22 assists. When I was reading off what happened in the game, that was at that point he had reached 30-20-20. At the end of it, he actually went above that. So phenomenal night for Jokić. He had 3 steals, 13 for 22 in field, 3 for 7 from 3, 2 for 3 in free throws. He had 4 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, was a plus 8. Christian Braun played 37 minutes tonight, had 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, 8 for 11 from field, 4 for 5 from 3, 5 for 6 from free throws. He had 1 turnover, 4 personal fouls, was a plus 12. And then Jamal Murray, who had a quiet night, but where he was quiet point-wise, he was very active defensively. He had so many steals. He had 3 steals tonight. He played 41 minutes, 19 points, 1 rebound, 8 assists, again 3 steals, 8 for 14 from field. So he was still very efficient on the shots that he was making. He just wasn't making a lot of shots. So that's why it was more quiet, because he was focused more on getting the other guys going. And it worked out for a little bit there. So 8 for 14 from field, 1 for 4 from 3, 2 for 2 from free throws, 1 turnover, 0 personal fouls, was a plus 15. Russell Westbrook played 25 minutes. He had 14 points off the bench. Peyton Watson had 11 points off the bench with 23 minutes. Zeke Naji even got some points with 6. He had 1 for 2 from 3. Zeke did. Peyton Watson had 3 for 5 from 3, which was awesome. Even Brody made 1 for 2 from 3. Brody he had 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, was a minus 11, and Peyton Watson had 0 turnovers, 4 personal fouls, was a minus 8. Zeke Naji, 0 turnovers, 1 personal foul, was a minus 4. Overall stats, we had 38 rebounds to their 39, so they out-rebounded us. 45 assists to their 36, and that's mainly because of Jokić, man. Like, come on now. 22 assists, like ridiculous. 8 steals to their 6, so we stole the ball from them. And then we had 3 blocks to their 2. We shot 58% from field, they shot 56%. We shot 52 from 3, they shot 42%. and they're usually a better 3-point making team than us. So that's awesome to get that over them. And then we shot 77 from free throw line. They shot 79. We had 9 turnovers. They had 11. We had 22 personal fouls. They had 18. So amazing night for the Nuggets, despite the fact that we went into overtime. Still really awesome that we did get the win eventually. You always want to get the win, even if you have to go in overtime. So amazing win. And we're getting into big takeaways after this. Hey everyone, let's talk sound quality. Imagine having pro-level audio that's easy to set up, flexible, and sounds incredible. That's the Røde Pod Mic USB. It's got both USB and XLR connections, so whether you're recording solo at home or in a full studio setup, you're covered. And get this, the built-in DSP effects let you adjust the sound with zero lag. You get that deep, smooth broadcast tone right out of the box. It's versatile, powerful, and basically makes your voice sound like pure gold. And we're back. All right, so takeaways. The Nuggets needed AG. AG breathes life into the defense. He's one of the bigger guys, tougher guys, and tonight he was on fire. It's phenomenal to see when he's on fire. And now it's just a matter of if he can be consistent. He's back and looks good, and by good I mean healthy. He just needs to stay that way and not risk any injury right now because we desperately need him for the playoffs. But it was really awesome to see him just really go off and have a fun game for him. He wasn't huffing and puffing or being slow. He was actually jumping and being active. I mean, 7 for 10 from 3 is just crazy. So awesome to see him have such a good game. I'm always a huge AG fan. So Mr. Nugget, let's go. Then Jokić had a monster night tonight, and it's so difficult to put into words how good he is because he just constantly shows that on every single day that they play. Even his bad games are normal players' good games. Like that's just the difference level between him and everyone else. The gap there, it is just a matter of if he's has enough energy or not, which is in relation to others backing him up to give him that energy. He's in a fantastic shape. It's just when you carry your team on your shoulders for so long, then it gets tiring, And you saw it last game against Sacramento, and then you saw it actually even a little bit in the Boston game. Obviously, that was the last game of their road trip, but still, he's got to be tired. He's getting mauled up and down the court and has the worst lack of a whistle in the league. Like, it's just ridiculous how little, even tonight, actually, he actually had a good shot from 3 that he got fouled by Plumlee. They didn't call it. And it's just, how does Jokić get calls if he's not? He gets mugged right in front of you. He gets mauled right in front of the refs, and yet they're still not giving him the foul calls. It's ridiculous. So you can see why he's tired. So this is why Jamal needs to step up, but not just Jamal. MBJ needs to step up. Really, and the entire team needs to step up because it's not just one player, it's the whole team. Zeke, when Zeke's playing good, we're good. When MPJ's playing good, we're good. When CB's playing good, we're good. When AG's playing good, we're good. When Brody is playing good, we're good. And when you show signs of like a good depth in the team, then you know that we're going to be fine against any other team. But it's when they start to slack off and show that they're tired that they start to, show their weakness and the plot holes or the gaps in their defense. So they need to step that up and continue to step that up, especially if they want to be contenders in the postseason. So what did this win do for the Nuggets, right? So this is their second win in a row. They are now 41 and 22. They are a game ahead of the Lakers in the win column, but a game behind in the loss column. So we are sticking with that 3rd seed. Hopefully, this is the one time. Tomorrow, the Lakers are going to be facing the Celtics. ABC's been crazy about it. ESPN's been crazy about it. Everyone's been crazy about it because those two obviously bring a lot of views. Who cares? We've seen it since the 50s, and it's getting really annoying, but whatever. So they're playing, and this will be the one time, Boston, the one time that I will root for the Celtics, and it's only out of my own selfishness of wanting the Nuggets to get back up on the second seed. So this is the one time that I will root for the Celtics. I rooted for the Knicks, and they lost. I rooted for the Clippers, and they lost. Hopefully, third times is a charm. Don't want the Lakers to continue on with this win streak. They have an 8-game win streak right now that needs to end. And so then, like I said, they're a second seed. And at this point, actually, I don't know if you've seen anything with what Charles Barkley said the other night about the ESPN just being very biased in favor of the Lakers and not even acknowledging more about OKC and Cavs. And in that regard, I will actually 100% agree with him, especially because as the Nuggets, we during our title reign, our title season, we weren't getting talked about enough, and yet we were showing the work. We were showing that we were going to dominate in the postseason, and yet still they doubted us. And so, I mean, at one point, you got to say, like, yeah, that actually fuels the Thunder to just play better. And on the other end, like, as a fan of a team that has suffered through that kind of like disregard, you kind of feel for them. And they're a good team. I have to admit it. They are a good team, and we have a horrible back-to-back against them. That is the one back-to-back that I have been actually most worried about this entire season. Just watching when we finally got the season rollout of what the games were going to be like back in like August or whatever. I saw that and I was already worried just by knowing how good of a team they already were last season and knowing that it was going to be a difficult one this season too. So props to OKC. Really awesome that you guys are still the 1 seed and you're holding strong. You're got a demanding 11-game gap between us and you guys. So there's no hunting down OKC. They are 100% going to be the 1 seed of the season in the Western Conference. And then they're going to be difficult in the postseason for sure. Whether or not they're really geared up for 7 series games is left to be decided or to be seen, because they didn't do so well, if you remember, against the Dallas Mavericks. So we'll see this time around if they've learned and they will be better. Hopefully the Nuggets actually, push through and get by. And it wouldn't be a bad Western Conference final if we faced the Thunder. I would be up for that, as long as the Lakers don't win a title and the Celtics don't win a title. But so yeah, and then as I said, the next games is on Sunday. We have the first of a back-to-back with the Thunder, and that's going to be on ABC and ESPN because, of course, it is. Luckily, the free trial that I'm using tonight to watch the Suns game will extend to Sunday. So after that game, I will then obviously have to cancel my free trial. I'm running low on my free trials, y'all. Someone's got to give me some advice on how else to see these ESPN, ABC games without an account. That's crazy. Not having a regular TV. Even just basic cable. I don't have the bunny ears or anything, so I can't really draw the ABC stuff. So it has to be all through streaming, and that's been really difficult. So, that's going to be on ABC on Sunday at 10 a.m. Western time. It'll be 11 o'clock in Colorado time. And then the next day on the 10th, Monday at 5 p.m. Western time, 6 p.m. Mountain time, they face the Thunder again on the second end of a back-to-back. And then they come back home to face the Timberwolves. And then they stay home to face the Lakers next Friday. So a week from today, they're going to be facing the Lakers. And it's payback time, so let's go Nuggets. I have a sneaking suspicion that the Nuggets are going to lose at least 1 game against the Thunder, just because of how good the Thunder are and how good they are against us. They have an amazing defense. Hopefully our offense can hold us in and they don't blow us out. But I have a suspicion it's going to be split. I hope if the worst case scenario, it's split. It'd be great if we get both. I just don't see that happening. And then it's a must win against Minnesota. They've been bullying us for all season and even postseason last season. So we need to get some leeway or headway on them. And then the Lakers, who doesn't want to beat the Lakers? Lakers are freaking frustrating. And even more so now that they've made me hate Luka. I hate that I have to now have aggressive feelings against Luka. Like, I don't like it how they turned him into a big baby, and I don't like that, but whatever. That's pretty much all I got for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe, share it with your friends and family. And you've been listening to CS 105.1, where I talk about sports with good vibes. We'll catch you later.